Hey guys, today I'm going to do a quick little video on reel maintenance. Simple things to do to keep your reels performing like new. It basically involves just oiling your bearings, and then at least once a year, every year and a half or so, I will take a reel totally apart, give it a good deep cleaning, and grease up the gears. So I'll go through it and show you how easy it really is. Okay, so the main thing you're going to need is some sort of bearing oil. This is Ardent Reel Butter. You can get this at most big box stores. This is a little container of oil that came with some loose reels. This is a little bit more premium product. I got it from a website called the Tackle Trap. I like this a lot. It seems to last a little bit longer. Like you don't have to re-oil as often. So I like to use that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take off your side plate. This is a die with the Tula. They have a little thumb screw here that you undo, and it's spring loaded. And then you can slide this down and pop the plate off. And most reels are very, very similar. This is an Ardent. This has a little thumb screw here that you undo. That's spring loaded there, and then you can slide your plate off. They're all very similar. None of them are going to be exactly the same. I know the Lose is opposite of this, where it's pushed in like this and you have to pull it out and then slide your plate down. So when you get your side plate off, the first thing you're going to notice is a bearing inside here. All you need to do is put a drop of oil on there. Just need a drop. If you put, too much oil, you're actually going to reduce your casting distance. It gets too much oil and it's like too heavy on your ball bearings in there. That's an open bearing. Most bearings are going to look like this. I actually upgraded these so you can see the ball bearings, but the oil will still penetrate inside these style of sealed bearings. Next thing is popping your spool out here. This one's actually slightly bent and messed up. Sample reel here. Then you take off your tension knob. So unscrew this, and then there's a bearing inside here as well. All you need is a drop of oil on that, and you're good to go. The last thing I do is put a drop of oil on this worm gear here. I make sure that it is clear of any debris and put just one drop on there. And that's basically all you need to do for your really, really basic, throughout the year. Give it a little bit of oil, give it a little bit of love, and it'll help tremendously on your casting distance. Your reels won't make any noise. You oftentimes hear people say they upgrade bearings in their reel, and what they're referring to generally is the bearing that sits in here and the bearing that sits in your side plate. This is what your spool, each end of this shaft, rests on when you cast. So if you wanted to get, say more casting distance, you can upgrade this bearing and the tension bearing, and then you can cast a little bit further. And if you look, it's really hard to see. There's actually a little clip in there, and that's all that holds that bearing in. So they're super easy to pop out, and then they just look like this basically. And you can pop a new one in, and you're good to go. Basically, all you're going to need is a flathead screwdriver. I use channel locks to take the nut off underneath here, and then I like some sort of little pick to get the little bearing retainers out if you're going to swap bearings or if you're going to clean them. So I'll show you how quick this is. When you take this off, just watch for little washers and shims like this throughout the reel. And then whenever I take things apart, I put them in columns so I can work backwards and know where everything goes. Okay, on the Tula, you have 3 screws that hold the side plate on. So take those off. Alright, and then this side plate pops off. There's really not much in here that's going to spring out and go flying that you're going to lose. So just take it off carefully. I would not have your thumb bar pushed down though when you take that off. Okay, so here's your internal workings. Generally, I don't really go any further than this. I add a little bit of grease here where this slides. You can add a little bit of grease on your worm gear drive, and then I put a little dab of grease on your main drive. This is just some old Quantum hot sauce grease is what I've been using for, 10 years. But there's a bunch of different greases. I know Daiwa makes a good one, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other companies. So pick what you like. I'll take this off just to show you what's underneath it. So you just have your main drive gear and another large drive, and then that's basically it. There's really no need to ever go further than this, unless you had a broken part or something in there. As far as this side plate, there is a bearing right here that you can pop out and add a little bit of oil to, and there's actually a sleeve as well right here, and behind this sleeve there are some needle bearings. I don't even mess with those. They've always been greased really well and they've never really needed any attention, and this is strictly a bearing for your reel handle. That's not like it's spinning during the cast, so nothing real crazy there. Now we'll put it back together and get it in regular working order to show you how easy it is. Alright, once you get this side nut on, just run your drag down as tight as it goes. And it helps snug that up a little bit. When you put your tension knob on here, don't tighten it up too much or you'll have trouble getting your side plate back on. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Depending on how much like moss and grass and stuff you fish around, if you do this once every year, year and a half, maybe even 2 years, depending on how much you use it, and give it a really good cleaning and grease everything, your reel will last for a long time and you won't have any issues while you're out there fishing. So hopefully this video helped. If you've never done that before or you've been nervous to break your reel down that far, you'll see that there's really nothing to it and you can make your equipment perform a lot better. So we'll try and get some more videos out here soon. Everything was frozen. It was extremely cold. The lake here is barely starting to thaw out, so maybe this weekend I'll be able to go out and fish, but we'll see. So until then, stay tuned and thanks for watching.